take a look at this for just a moment.
Was democracy best served by President Biden stepping down and basically handing you a nomination? You didn't have to go through a primary process. You didn't have to fight off other contenders. That's not really the way our system was intended to work.
President Biden made a decision that I think history is going to show is rare among leaders, which was to put country before self. And I am proud to have earned the support of the vast majority of delegates and to have been elected the Democratic nominee. I am proud to have received the endorsement of leaders around this country from every background and walk of life to fight in this election over the next month for our democracy.
But I think this truncated process is why people think or say they don't really know who you are.
Look, I've been in this race for 70 days.
Christian patriots don't have Kamala derangement syndrome. She hasn't been in the race long enough for that to happen, which, as even 60 Minutes pointed out, that's a problem. The overriding issue for Christians is the lack of justice, the unfairness, the inequality of all of this. Everything that goes under a Democratic-controlled government, everything that happens like that. The Democratic Party, for all its squealing and rhetoric about equality, is the most unequal party you could ever hope to imagine. Justice is one of the four cardinal virtues, and yet it's not just ignored by them, but actually legislated against by them. Justice isn't even on their radar. When we look at Jesus Christ, we know him primarily as our Savior, but he is also judge, passing judgment at the end of time on every single human in history. Justice is a thing because its origin is in the divine, that it flows into our world because it flowed in from the Creator. He infused his creation with himself, even up to free will. Justice exists within the life, the bloodstream, so to speak, of the Holy Trinity. All justice is giving person what a person is owed. That's all it is, just giving somebody what they're owed. Within the Trinity, each of the persons is owed by the nature that exists within God, the fullness of the other two persons. That's why all three divine persons are equal. They each possess the fullness of the other two. So naturally, when that Trinity produces creation, that trait, if you want to call it that, if you want to think of it that way, that trait of justice gets passed along. So to act justly is a divine quality. From justice, we derive concepts of equality and fairness. And it is the decided lack of fairness displayed by the communist Democrats across every cultural and political institution that has so many people irritated, ticked off, even angry, and is putting something of a ceiling on Kamala's campaign. They reject God, and therefore they reject everything of the divine, unless it's politically expedient just for the moment to pay lip service to it until the election is over. Democrats hate God and everything of the divine. Just look at the pile of tens and tens of millions of dead children, and then think about equality. God love you. I'm Gary Michael Voris.